great to be here. Hi everyone. It's so nice to see you and to be here to celebrate Betsy Fagin's amazing book, All Is Not Yet Lost. And I just want to say a couple of words about Belladonna and the process of making books that we have, and also maybe bring Lindsay up whenever she's comfortable with the video that she's making. You're done? Okay. A bunch of years ago, well, there's lots of things happen all the time, and then time accumulates and more things happen, and then there's lots of accumulated things happening in time. So I'm not going to say anything about all of those things. But by now we've been in this process of Belladonna Collaborative for a long time. There's many people, Crystal Langell, and Marcella Duran, and Barbara Henning, who are here, who were in the first meeting that moved it from being sort of solitary act to this other thing. And then we started to have a collaborative and to make books collaboratively and to think about what was most necessary politically for the feminist avant-garde and people's bodies who we cared about. And we came up with this idea of the Material Lives series, and people often wonder, like, what's Belladonna, how do you get a book in Belladonna, and this is where, like, Lindsay can come in, because, like, right, you know a little bit about how we make books, and, like, people, like, show up,
and then it just kind of happens somehow.
And then we make it, we could come into a team and we think about which books, and the current groupings of books, of which Betsy's is a part of, is a group called the Material Lives series, and we were focusing on people who had these amazing, not only amazing manuscripts, but amazing lives and poetry that we were also reliant on and depending on and looking toward for our own poetic selves and our own people selves who maybe didn't have books yet, or whose books were being neglected, and manuscripts were being neglected, and the materiality of having a book and the importance in that of a person's livelihood and life is part of it.
To memory too, in the most recent case.
Oh yeah, do you want to say a word?
Yeah, the book that we did most recently was Cancer Angel by Beth Murray, and it was about her battle with cancer, which ultimately she lost, and so this book was kind of published in her memory, in her honor, about that struggle.
Yeah, and also like wow, like very few books like of women with cancer who are also confronting the cancer industrial establishment they actually exist. So there's also, all these books are conversations, as we will see. So that's the spiel about Belladonna, and I want to thank Soretta Morgan for putting together this event. Soretta is the coordinator. Belladonna started as a reading series in 1999 at Blue Stockings Feminist Bookstore, and we've always had lots of events, interesting events. Our chaplet series is always connected to our events. It's an archive, it's a series, it's many things. But we didn't have a steady space for a while, and Soretta has managed to do a really interesting thing where there are steady spaces, and thanks to a grant that Crystal wrote to the DCA, right? Is that what it's called? We have money now for our series, and so we're moving uptown, downtown. What are the locations?
La Casa Azul and Word Up Bookstore uptown, and where we've been downtown. Blue Stockings, back our original home, and St. Mark's Bookstore downtown.
Yay. And we're using a term that Latasha Diggs came up with, Belladonna this idea that we're Belladonna. And now tonight, this is our second event at the amazing Torn Page Poetry Parlor that Leanne Brown and Tony Torn support. Super amazing series. Please check it out and support it however you can.
Tornpage.org.
Okay, great. And so we hope that this is the beginning of many more wonderful events here. And so one thing I realized we're very interested in Material Lives and in paying people and in continuing to put out books by people whose work needs attention. We of course always need money. We have a sponsorship available where you could pay a couple dollars a month, as much as you want per month, which really helps us know that we have something to fall back on and to pay people with as grants come and go in our Belladonna lives. So I have here a page. Some of you have written your name and you'll get emails from us, but if you would like to write your name and pledge a certain amount per month, we'll write you a little email and show you where the donation page is, and that would be great. So if you want to do that, I will say it again at the end of the night. And with this, who is the next person that's speaking?
Robert Whitehead will be introducing Ricky Laurentes, followed by Jen Firestone, who's introducing Erica Doyle, followed by Tanya Bajes, who's introducing John Keane, followed by Marcella Durand, who's introducing Betsy.
All right, so thank you for coming.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
So excited to be here. This is a beautiful room. I'm very happy to be introducing my kid friend Ricky. Ricky and I went to grad school together, and he is my favorite contemporary poet. He said words. And so what I wanted to do, I told Ricky today, I delved into our archive today. So there are all these archives that happen just by virtue of being a 21st century boy, where you will have emails, you will have a Facebook account, you will have Twitter, you will have all these texts that exist, and you can search them, and you can go way back to June 5th, 2011, which was the very first email I ever sent to Ricky. And what's amazing about that is, number one, I can access it, and number two, the first email I ever wrote to Ricky, the subject was R.E. Poems. That's the subject. It was written at 12:32 a.m. Pinpointed exactly. And this was in response to poems that Ricky sent me when we first got into grad school. We were like, "Who are you?" So he sent me a bunch of poems. I sent him some poems. And the poems he sent me are actually all of them mostly were in his book. And the two that I talk about specifically are in his book. Which also kind of shows how long it takes to create a book. This was 2011. These poems were probably written before that. And they were worked on and reworked in the span of time it took to have that book come out. So it's a testament to Ricky as an artist. It's a testament to this book as a very important piece of work. And I'm very excited to hear him read, and very excited to read this email. It's crazy, yeah. Okay, so subject R.E. Poems. Ricky, these poems are beyond fantastic, beyond stunning, really far past any superlative that I could muster. Then again, also they're seemingly from the beyond, with all the attendant enlightenment of that place, quote, about the dead having available to them all breeds of knowledge, unquote, just from his poem Saturday Bombay. Black Iris, another poem of his, made me mutter, God damn it, in this room I'm in now, where two people I hardly know are playing Wii tennis. They likely think I'm unbalanced now, if they hadn't already. That poem was like facing the aspect of the divine, like Semele seeing Zeus in all his glory and dying from it. I think that's why I had to curse when I read it. The poem was a beautiful sort of affront, so blindingly perfect in its crafting, so haunting, a gorgeousness that's more than I can bear, but by bearing it, I am transformed. I should call it beautiful, or beauty itself. Mood for Love will, like Black Iris, Mood for Love is another poem in his book. It will stick with me for a while. I'm so enthralled by what you do at the end of that first stanza. Those dashes, hesitations, what's omitted out of fear or helplessness or loss. There's some great stuff happening at some tactical level with this poem. The parentheses, like stage directions, and also like reminders or like secrets. The places where the making of the poem, its fictionalizing and extreming, is rebutted by something else. The fishermen aren't thunderstruck, they're devoted. those are not his poems, they're your poems. And actually, I went back and I looked at the poem, and there's this moment in parentheses where it says something is thunderstruck, parentheses, they are devoted. He actually switched it, and that was like the only change that was made. It was very interesting. Anyway, I'll go back to the I don't know what to make of the parentheses exactly. How can you ever know what to make of poetry? But I'm so intently drawn to it. And then the mixing of the Jesus myth with that of your own. I'm a sucker for that stuff. Religious imagery, illusions, and the fusion of one story to another, to another. If I didn't think I'd be boring you, I would heap helping upon helping of this praise on you for each poem. They're all so good. Thank you for sharing with me. Thank you, Ricky, for sharing your journey with me in this circular time.
That's massive experience. I'm not lying. I was really lucky. Am I supposed to sit here?
Yes.
Oh, no. Okay, just read the poem. I'm really happy to be here and celebrate Betsy and her book, so I'm not going to read a lot because I want to get to you very quickly. So, 5 poems, which are really short. And the first one is called Take It Easy. That the light stalks your skin, no, that your skin makes it. A radiating hum, jive, of freedom. A beehive packed just as much with honey as does it hazard. Also a balm for where the sting sits. Treaty, country upon which I first laid my claim but was usurped. Where carefully do I move to cross it again. Now here come my lips to it.